And so it's just down to this last best of 3. Will it be GoTuNk or SouthPark? Will we have yet another Zerg, or will, I believe, the first Protoss player advance? Can GoTuNk do it? Let's find out. Going into the game. So, in the top left as the blue Protoss, we do have DM's GoTuNk. And in the top right, using his ISL2 tag, we do have SouthPark. A PvZ on Circuit Breaker, one of my newest, or one of my new favorite maps, and my favorite matchup as well. So this is gonna be sweet. But first, I must do the colors. Alright. Looks like a probe moving out, probably just going to Forge Fast Expand. Overlord moving in the wrong direction, but I do think scouting vertically is correct on Circuit Breakers. So yeah. Have a sip of water. Because well, I'm actually surprised that I'm kind of holding together during this cast. I am quite tired after my my 13-hour cast yesterday, or last night rather. Anyway, an overpull from SouthPark. And it's actually an interestingly placed pylon. I guess he'll put the forge and the gateway on top like this, which is fine. He'll just have to make sure to block the gap between the forge and the pylon. Yep, there's the forge. And he's going to scout in here. He's going to see an interesting overpull with gas. That's quite curious. So it looks like SouthPark's not going to play a standard build. He's going to probably just invest in early Ling speed and use that to aggressively deny scouting. And, you know, after that he can either cheese or just play standard, and either way GoTuNk's not going to know what's up, so GoTuNk's going to have to play a little bit defensive, a little bit blind. So, looks like we have one cannon. Ooh, 2 cannons actually by GoTuNk. GoTuNk actually can play very, very safely here, which I think is a good idea because, well, first of all, he scouted a fast gas, and this choke is actually a little bit wide open. Well, actually, I guess if he puts the gateway there, it'll be narrower, but you know, it's not the tightest wall that you can make, per se. So probe continuing to run around, harass a little bit, and looks like we just have one guy on gas, and now he's 100 gas. Should pull the guy off the gas. Yep, there we go. He must just mind one extra blob of gas, but that's fine. And wait a minute, no, I'm not at the top of the map. So just gonna invest in Link speed and keep GoTuNk in the dark here. And nothing too fancy. So the Nexus has been built, the gateway has been built, so as you can see, I think you need it. I think 2 zealots can block this, perhaps? Maybe not. Maybe you need like 2 zealots and a probe, just to be sure. I'm afraid I haven't played or watched enough of games on this map to be sure. But the probe's doing a good job staying alive. Of course, once speed finishes, that will be the end of that. But in the meantime, we have a gas. Do we have anything crazy from SouthPark? No, we just have a third base at the bottom right, and that's actually going to get scouted by the probe. This probe actually managed to sneak around all the Lings, but there are actually a lot of Lings moving towards GoTuNk's base right now. It looks like SouthPark might be going for some kind of run-by, but a nice probe block by GoTuNk. He's blocking this gap, and it looks like... Oh no, he didn't block him correctly! Oh no, he left a gap. The rest of the Lings are going to get taken down, but 5 speedlings are going into GoTuNk's base. Oh my goodness, GoTuNk, he used 4 probes to block, but he just didn't position them correctly. He rebuilt a cannon, but he is in actually so much trouble right now. Getting 5 speedlings in your base at this point in the game. He's going to lose the cannon yet again. Oh god, GoTuNk. GoTuNk. Look at this, even Icy Cupped Off Flawless is sad, so he just wants to spam me with messages. Because he is so sad that GoTuNk has 5 speedlings in his base. Oh man. Look at this, he just can't mine at all. The Zealot's finally coming in, but the Nexus is under fire. And... oh. Zealot, run! Run! Now, it looks like the cannon might actually finish, which is curious. Is SouthPark actually going to let this cannon finish? No, he's going to go after the Zealot, and is he going to get the Zealot? The Zealot, it's going to... it's going to be fine. So, while this has been going on, there's been a little bit of poor macro. I mean, the layer's only just started. You know, SouthPark seems to have been focusing a lot on those lanes, which is fine. Happens, but yeah, I think GoTuNk is in a pretty rough spot right now. Anyway, anything fancy from SouthPark? He's gonna make a Hydra Den, so it looks like we have fast lurkers coming out of SouthPark. Putting that down just as the layer hits 50%. That is the correct timing, goo. Meanwhile, second gas, Stargate. So it looks like GoTuNk is just gonna transition standardly off of this pretty pretty terrible start. But this is interesting. Is he just going to do like a lurker contain, or is he just gonna turtle up on behind, you know, sunken lurker spore? He could even do lurker drops if he is so inclined. I think that's quite cool. Doing some fancy choosy lurker drops. And yes! Calling it like a boss. Doing the drops. Wow. Now, is this going to be a slow drop, or is he going to wait for speed? Looks like he's positioning his Overlord suspiciously. I think he can actually slow drop from the 9 o'clock base into the back of the natural. And then, of course, he can drop across this ledge into the main. So he can potentially think about doing a slow drop. I don't know if he will. Looks like he does have another hatchery at this bottom right base. It is kind of hard to SimCity this. You can't make a nice wall with just like 2 hatcheries and a den or something like you can on Fighting Spirit. I think you have to have a couple more buildings. But I guess we'll see what he does. Anyways. It looks like a probe's going to run in here. It's going to see the base. It's going to see another hatchery. It's going to see a evolution chamber. And it looks like lurkers are almost done. This Overlord is heading towards this this corner of the base here, suspiciously positioned for a drop. Well, it's going to take a little while to walk over there. And it looks like indeed this Overlord is also in position. So as I said, he's going to be able to load up a lurker here from the 9 o'clock and drop it into the back of the natural. And similarly, this Overlord is going to drop into the main. But with 2 Corsairs around, if he uses these Corsairs to kill those Overlord, it's gonna be it's gonna stop that that drop pretty easily. Meanwhile, he's building the creep colony on the outside of the wall. That's quite funny. I mean, that kind of completely defeats the purpose of a wall, right? It's like you make sunkens behind so zealots can't attack them, but he just puts them in front. And he's gonna lose a couple of Overlords. Spore colony's gonna finish though. Is he gonna lose a Corsair? No! Barely survives. And is he actually continuing Corsair production? Looks like, oh, he's actually going for +1 Corsairs. He's actually trapped a probe in the back, and by that I mean he didn't. Because the Citadel doesn't actually trap probes. Do you guys know that? Citadels are actually like the least blocking things. Yeah, look, I hate to like remake a pylon in the back just to make sure it was trapped. And yep, there goes the Overlord near the natural. Or rather near the main, but there's a lurker drop moving into the back of the natural. The Corsairs are not there. They're not in position. Can they get this Overlord before it goes in? There's 1 lurker at the front. And he's going. Oh, the lurker's in the back. He sees it. The cannon's there, but it doesn't matter. He's not going to be able to mine there for a little bit longer, so GoTuNk has lost all mining at that base. His Robo is only 60% done. And SouthPark is now getting his Hydra ups, getting another hatchery here. He's got his Spire. So it looks like he is in decent shape right now. And oh, looks like he tried to reposition that lurker a little bit. Now, I don't think he'll be able to get the Nexus, but but you know, GoTuNk is losing a lot of mining time right now. A lot of mining time. And actually, this could be close. Because he has to wait for the observatory to finish, and then he has to wait for the observer to finish, and then he has to wait for it to come all the way down here. So, this Nexus, if that Nexus goes down, then GoTuNk's going to be in terrible position. But even if it doesn't go, but like, I don't think SouthPark actually cares too much if it goes down. He's actually loading up a huge drop right now, and I don't know if those Corsairs saw the loading. It's like the Forge is definitely going to die, but will that Nexus die? The Observer's making, it's just started making. This is actually going to be really close. I wonder if he's going to use a Storm to try and save it, but no, he doesn't have enough energy. Oh man, this is going to be really bad for GoTuNk. It's gonna be close. He's at 85 supply, or not 85 supply, 80 HP, and it looks like it will go down. The Nexus of GoTuNk does in fact die. The Observer, where is it? Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's too late. But, I mean, I don't know what GoTuNk can do anymore. He's even gonna take a lot of damage on these Zealots, and I don't think SouthPark even needs to commit to this drop anymore. He's in an amazingly good position. And look at this, GoTuNk's course is actually positioned perfectly to stop it drop. But yeah, now GoTuNk's just got his one base, and he's like, huh, now what do I do? Look, he can't even remake, he has to even remake a Forge, because he lost his Forge at the front. He's distance mining gas with 1 probe, 2 probes. And it looks like we have the drop going in. SouthPark not just going to sit on his advantage, he's actually just going to go for the kill right here. 6 Scourge leading the charge. And look at this. Look at this. GoTuNk actually prepared. He's actually sent the Corsairs the wrong way. Oh no, the Corsairs are completely out of position. Oh god. GoTuNk, you had them in the best position ever. If you murdered this drop, you would have been in a great, well, not great shape, but you would have been pretty happy about that. But no, here it goes. Oh, the Doom drop. The Observer even gets scourged there. The Corsairs come in, but it's too late. The Hydras are all up in the base. They're up in GoTuNk's grill. He's going to get a lot of the Overlords, but it doesn't matter. He's going to lose his main base. And even though SouthPark is now supply capped, he's got... Oh, nice Storm! No, nice Storm dodge though. Not really a dodge, but a nice pull out, a nice reaction. And he's got 1 more Storm on this Templar. It does go on the Hydras, but nice control from SouthPark. He's got 1 more Storm coming. He's got 2 more Storms coming. And it looks like GoTuNk will actually survive here. Wow, look at this probe even doing its part. Wow, so GoTuNk actually survives, and after that attack, SouthPark is going to lose has lost a lot of Overlords. He's at 74 of 62, but oh no, it looks like most of the Corsairs went down, and now SouthPark has gone for Mutas, the sudden Muta switch. How many Corsairs are left? He's got an Archon, and 0 Corsairs. So that could actually end the game. There's 1 cannon, and he's going after the Archon. The Archon gets a shot off though. Looks like he's going after the Zealots. Oh, it should snipe the High Templar. Snipes the High Templar, very nice. And oh, snipes a second one as well. Going into the natural, there's 2 cannons here, but he's got a nice